All right, here we have Spontaneous Healing of Belief, Shattering the Paradigm of False Limits by Gregg Braden. Pretty interesting book. It's got some pretty new and pushing the limits ideas in it. And this book is about the power of the human heart, the power of using the heart's magnetic field, the power of our beliefs and emotions to create what we want in life for ourselves and for the world. And how we can heal ourselves based on our beliefs. He starts in the beginning of the book, is comparing, and he uses some other science here. Gregg Braden is a scientist and a student of spirituality as well. He was raised a scientist, and he worked in the Cold War for big corporations as a scientist, and now he has kind of transitioned to using, he's still a scientist, he makes that clear to you, but while he's following and watching quantum physics and scientific studies, he is also interested in combining that with spirituality, which is pretty interesting, where science and spirituality meet. He's been all over the world to different ancient cultures, Egypt, India, Nepal, Tibet, talking to spiritual masters, and then he's kind of combining that with science to get a new understanding of the universe and the world around us. His new understanding, what he says, and again, I'm not telling you to believe any of this, I'm just giving you his views, putting them out there, they're definitely worth considering. The new reality of the universe, he talks about the universe as being almost computer-like, a computer simulation. And some other new thinkers and quantum scientists are starting to say those types of things as well. That's an idea that's been kind of floating around lately, I've noticed in many readings and videos. And he talks about the power of belief. No, it's not just what we think, it's what we believe. It's the feelings we hold in our heart. And he talks about how the brain has a certain magnetic field, but the heart's magnetic field is much bigger and more powerful. He talked about how science has proven that the Earth's magnetic field shifted during 9/11, in the time right after 9/11, as people reacted and their individual magnetic fields reacted with emotion to what they were seeing on their televisions. He talks about psychic surgery that they do in Asia, and in China, where without cutting open, people are healed. People with stage 4 cancer, the cancer shrinks and is removed because of the belief of the medicine men or doctors working with them. They're able to transform that belief into the patient. He said, the greatest question one can ask and examine in their life is the question, what do you believe personally? Because you're basically going to receive, he said, the universe mirrors for you what you believe. And you can probably, I can think about that. If I'm in a bad mood, it seems like I encounter every other person who's in a bad mood during that day. If I wake up a day happy and joyful and expecting the best, I tend to receive the best from the world. So, he's saying it's not just what you think, it's what the feeling and emotion you hold in your heart. And basically he said there's only two emotions, love and then the opposite of that, which would be fear, hate, etc. So, you have to think, are your thoughts loving thoughts, joyful thoughts, or are they hate and fear-filled thoughts? He said basically, you choose your own beliefs, you develop your own beliefs, and he said, really think about the feelings when you're thinking about what you want, when you're praying, meditating, or just daydreaming, or in any activity. Feel the feeling of success that you want to feel and attract that in your life. Let the world mirror that for you. He said when mass groups of people get together, they're quantumly more powerful. When we are thinking of peace in our world, and we do that as a group, it's going to, and he said scientific studies have proven that. People have thought about peace in the Middle East, and during that time the Middle East got more peaceful. But the problem was, as soon as they stopped, it went back to the way it was. He said we really we get what we are, not what we think in a moment or what we're praying, but what we are. Whatever we're feeling in our heart constantly is kind of what we receive, and also kind of what the world receives. So interesting, kind of far out ideas, maybe worth considering as we head into this deeper into the new century here. I'm sure there's many new ideas that we thought were kind of crazy at first that may end up being a big part of our human evolution as we keep moving on through time. So if you're interested in these kind of ideas, The Spontaneous Healing of Belief by Greg Braden, worth checking out.